presentation after lunch. This is a paper not with any mathematics or any equation, because I got something that I knew because I'm from this country. I was born here, I brought up here, beside the river for many years. So, and that made me analyze it. And I've been watching a lot of things and mathematics maybe for many years, especially the size of vessels. But apart from that, I'll also tell something that the relevant government agencies that academics, they can take action. So these are some of the salient points of the presentation. Reduction in growth in the water waste is the main key. And then I've just given one of the important aspects in the passenger vessel safety. And I did some strategy analysis. Actually, it was one of my students. He told me, sir, in China also we have that same problem. So why not we do a project on that? And then I found some motivation. So this paper will highlight particularly a few milestones in the Indian waterways, that how it can be utilized and the growth can be made, and also to sustain that growth over the next few stages. So these are the main points I will be talking about briefly on the classification of inland waterways. We have three major rivers, but we have many other small rivers, estuaries, canals. There are classifications of waterways that I think it requires to be updated every couple of years based on something. Then the dredging is one of the important feature in Bangladesh because a lot of sails are coming from the upstream. Then some innovation in the ship design. What I saw when I was a young boy, still I see them. Say, only the material has changed from wooden to steel. I don't think any other change has been made so far. Inland and coastal ports, we are investing more on the road transport, which is not good in the present climate technology. We should use more water transport, which is the cheapest, compared to rail and road air. Floating warehouses, this is something I'm thinking because you are prone to floods every now and then. So during flood everything is gone, but if you have large floating warehouses, you can have consumer product, food, everything stored there. And then shipbuilding materials. I'll be talking because we have a tendency every time using steel. Then also energy, offshore islands, creating offshore islands, where population is increasing very high rate in Bangladesh. We need more. You know that the country I live now in Singapore, 30% of its present land is all from sands, offshore islands increasing. Maritime education and training. Bangladesh has got a lot of institutions, but they are all fragmented. It is necessary that for such a small country that you bring under one umbrella, sharing the resources and getting most out of it. And that's the classification. So the classification of inland waterways is mainly on the water depth is of course the first one, but you should also take care of the width and the bend, because if the bend is sharp, very long vessel, it is difficult to maneuver. And there of course in inland waters weight is not a very important factor, but still you can, from the materials you can set some parameters. Current can be very dangerous in monsoon for a vessel to go upstream, and then you also classify based on seasons as well as stopping. Some waterways can be high up. Then I told about the dredging. You can see all the when the pointed so you see all this from the Google map, you see all these are basically sandbanks accumulated over the years. What happens in Bangladesh every year in monsoon? A lot of fresh sand and silts comes from upstream. But if you do not properly treat them, they get accumulated and your inland waterways getting blocked by all these new sandbanks. But you can, having them here, you can have a good planning to get them somewhere else to create more offshore islands, get more areas. Especially for those people who lose all their livelihood overnight due to the erosion of the river. I talked about innovative ship design. You know, in Europe how they are building ships. I think some of you might have seen. This is a big chain on the offshore support vessel. They call it X-bar. I mean, I give an example that people are thinking differently. You know, you don't have to do things which you have been doing for 20 years. You can always think out of the tunnel, out of the box. Yeah? This is a ship. I mean, many of you know that this is another name of these ships in Bangladesh. They call them rocket, but I don't know why they call them rocket. But this is a ship I show it here because this is something inspired me to think about some safety of passenger vessels. I think I have never heard a single of them has ever capsized. Has anyone heard that any one of those vessels capsized? Why they did not? You know, that's the reason people should think that. And this is because of that. The two floaters you see here, these two paddles, what you see there, the original hull is a very slim hull. These are all extended deck with two paddles here. This is basically simulated on this tube. So if you have a vessel now, passenger vessel with a single, very slim single hull with two outriggers, I cannot say that the vessel will not sink because I am not the person to dictate that. There is someone above all of us, but you suddenly reduce the accidents, what are happening in Bangladesh, I can tell you that. Yes, we can go for lots of inland and coastal ports. We have some ports, but they are very, very underdeveloped. We should get some facilities, training facilities, some storage facilities, some supply chain logistics. You have to bring all these things for developing ports and to raise awareness of making water transport or carrying consumer goods in the water transport, not in the road transport. You know? Because carrying goods in the road is not good for cost as well as for the climate. The gas, the CNG you use in the road can be used also in the inland water transport also, as I'll tell you later. And that is floating warehouses. This is one of the concepts I thought would be very good for Bangladesh, especially in the southern part of Bangladesh, where you have everywhere water. These floating warehouses could be built and can be used as an offshore, as a storage and for transfer from these floating warehouses to the smaller feeder places in the interior. So renewable energy. So I'm talking about the renewable energy, and not exactly this way. I mean, this has been a very common picture in Bangladesh and water. But they are getting less and less. I was here in August trying to find most of them, but you can't find them because everyone is now mechanized very easily. So renewable energy doesn't mean that you have to use shale. You can use all this, improve operations, minimize power resistance, improve propulsion and steering. Yesterday, one of the presentations you saw that single screw with two rudders. That is the exact steering solution for Bangladesh inland water vessels, especially cargo vessels. If you go to Holland, you will see all the Indian cargo vessels are with that kind of steering. Yeah? And adapt fairway, that means you use current and wind in the way. Yeah? And also make use of alternative fuels. One is CNG. Last few months back I had one friend for they're thinking of using CNG. World Bank is thinking of using CNG for Indian waters in Bangladesh. Yeah. But though there are plenty of gas in Bangladesh, it's been widely used for road transport, including the buses and trucks. But when you go into water transport, you have to be very careful because gas CNG is not available all over the country. Yeah? So if you try to change it, then you have to make it dual fuel, both CNG and diesel you have to use. Develop low resistance carbon, and the existing fleet what you have, I can tell you they are very, very less efficient because of their shape. They're just indigenous way people build them, and just any vessel can be float. And put a propeller, you put a rudder, it can steer, it can propel. If you change all the ships, proper valve,